Okay, so this is a frame with a plastic foundation, and most plastic foundation, the good stuff, comes pre-wax. There's a thin layer of wax on the foundation that's so thin that you can't even see it, but it's just enough for the bees to say, okay, well, this isn't plastic, it's wax, so let's start building some comb off of this thing. But sometimes the wax melts off, or it wears off in shipping, or it just sort of disintegrates over time, and it's just plastic. And when it's plastic, the bees are reluctant to build comb on it. And sometimes you have to get yourself a hunk of wax, hunk of clean beeswax, melt it down with a paintbrush and all kinds of jazz, and recoat the plastic with beeswax. And they'll take that beeswax and they'll build their foundation and you're off to the races. But anyway, sometimes this plastic foundation doesn't have beeswax on it and you need to put beeswax on it. So there's all kinds of ways of doing that. You can melt it down in a variety of ways. This is just one way that I've sort of stumbled into today. It's a heat gun, and I use this heat gun for decapping my honey frames actually. And you turn this baby on full blast, and I'll show you. Sit it on the ground like that. Take your hunk of wax. Just get it melted a little bit there, and then rub it in. Now it's easy to do this with two hands, but I've only got one hand because the other hand is holding this camera. But you get the idea. Just give it a little melt, like that, just before it starts to drip, and then you just rub it in hard as you can. And this isn't rubbing in hard because I can't hold the frame down, but there you go. And then when it's done, it looks something like this. See that? And you can melt that and rub it in as thick or as thin as you like. And it takes about 10 seconds. And if this just needs to soften up a bit, you just soften her up a bit, do this, and then rub it in. Now it's possible that I'm just reinventing the wheel like most beekeeping innovations do these days, but if you can't melt it down in a normal way, and you've got a heat gun and you got a big hunk of wax, there you go. You can do it like that. And I think I might, if this works, I'm going to stick with it because I find painting it on, for me, it's a bit of a drag. Commercial operators probably need to do something else, but I've got enough time that I can do this.